The difference between good debt and bad debt. And this is just a prime example of great debt.
Let's say that you have the opportunity to buy, let's call it $100,000 house, right? And you know, because you did the research, you have a motivated seller, they need to close in 4 days, okay? Like, let's say you have $100,000 and you don't have it all. Your bank is going to require an appraisal. So it's going to take 30 days for them to be able to fund it. You don't have a line of credit that has enough juice in it to be able to buy it for $100,000. What are your options? Your options are partner with somebody, find private capital, or get hard money. Those are about it, right? Or go knock off a bank and, take that. Yeah. So let's say you use a hard money lender, and let's say it's 18% like LLS charges. Okay, so that seems like a big number. For every $100,000 you borrow, you're paying $1,500 a month in interest. So let's say you take this deal down and you end up making $20,000. All right, it's not a huge profit, but it's decent for a $100,000 property. So you buy it, you take the deal down, you do whatever you're going to do to it, you sell it. Maybe you keep it. Either way. So let's say you sell it and you make $17,000 instead of 20. And your only other alternative was you pass on the deal. Would you take $17,000 if it cost you $3,000?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who cares? It's a line item at that point. You just factor it into the whole pot of numbers that you got to deal with when you're doing a flip.
Yeah, and you can also keep the faucet on for marketing, because typically somebody will be like, okay, I'm out of capital. And certainly there becomes a bandwidth issue of scaling too fast. But typically I see somebody with that $20,000 goes and does it, but then they have these other leads coming in and they have to pass on that because they're like, oh, I'm not going to borrow that. That's too expensive. So they basically shut down. They become unfamiliar with the market until they get that cash back. And they're like, okay, I'm ready to buy again. But they haven't been working on their lead sources. So it just slows down the entire process of having that capital restriction when there are options out there, as long as it fits into the deal.
It's taking the governor off of your capital availability.
Exactly.
Like you're like you said, it's a restriction on your available capital stack if you aren't using hard money and you're in the business of marketing for real estate deals.
I mean, we talked about it when we first started this. It's important there's a difference between good debt and bad debt. And this is just a prime example of great debt.
Yeah. So that I am as excited about this business, if not more, than I am Red Ladder, which I've been doing for a long time. And that's the thing, you get in real estate and, kind of routine. After a while, you do the same thing over and over and over again. Like you flip house, buy a deal. And this has been fun and interesting, and I'm meeting a ton of new people that way. So that's what I like that part of this too. I like, just meeting ballers out there. I mean, that's what it's all about.